But I don't live in the world of theory because I went to Harvard.
Friday here. 3:10 p.m. right now on this Friday, February 11th, 2011. Skeeter with you. This is the start of your weekend. I'm here till 6 tonight. We already have a request coming in through the request line. Someone asked for tacos, but we don't sell tacos, unfortunately. I wish we could. I actually had a taco burger yesterday. I took chopped up taco meat and put lettuce, onions on it, ketchup and mustard on white bread. Reminded me like Steak and Shake, believe it or not. Tasted so good. 89X brings you the weekend sports hangover every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. And no, it's not an alcohol-fueled hangover. It's an intoxicating blend of all the big local and national sports stories of the week, delivered to you by Jordan Foss and John Oliver. Chasers not included or needed. The weekend sports hangover Saturday morning at 10, only here at Lincoln Z-Rock Alternative, 89X. We've had a major blizzard. Roughly 17 inches of snow fell on us last week, canceled a lot of stuff. The views and opinions expressed by Pete Moxley and Poophead of the Week do not represent the views of the staff and DJs of 89X, WLNX FM. And now the poop quote of the day, brought to you by Dan Quayle. I love California. I practically grew up in Phoenix. 111 million Americans watched Super Bowl 45 last Sunday, and at least everyone has one big complaint about something. If it's not about how non-competitive the game was, it was probably about the commercials and how first graders don't understand that sucking on fingers for Doritos is like softcore fast food finger fellatio. Or how fans complained they couldn't sit on the roof of Cowboy Stadium. Or how straight men at halftime watched the Puppy Bowl instead of Slash. Or for Christina Aguilera's Star-Mangled Banner. Or for me not getting invited to a Super Bowl party. Bet you can't guess in 2 seconds what fired me up. 1, 2. I would pick Brett Baer or Greta Van Susteren to have a straightforward interview with the leader of the free world on any day of the week. Even on a day when political divide and pop are supposed to take a backseat to a football game. And as I implied last week, there's almost an estranged connection between the two. Like Lindsay Lohan in Violating Probation. Bill O'Reilly predicted his interview with President Obama would garner the largest audience ever for an interview in U.S. TV history. The record is 70 million viewers. O'Reilly only attracted 17.3 million, just 15% of the total audience for the Super Bowl. This wasn't another feeble attempt for Obama to make Tea Party conservatives believe he will move to the center, and this wasn't Bill O's attempt to ease back and kiss up to the only man in the country who has more power than him. Bill could get away with it, but a lady's already sued him for trying to do more than ease back. He did it live! When it comes down to choosing a winner of a Super Bowl, and it's the President of the United States, perhaps the biggest football fan in the world, and his team isn't in the game, you don't grill him and say that he doesn't care about it. He just about shared the sentiments of every non-Packer fan, and one Jet fan I know personally, in this state. I'm surprised you even know the words blitz and coverage, Bill. When you played college football, you were a lowly punter. There's only one defense for a punter. Kill him. 17 million Americans tuned themselves into the Fox pregame show at 3:45 p.m. last Sunday, either to throw sledgehammers through their used television sets, or to ask themselves why a man who has wished for newspapers to fail, a man who finds the news media to be corrupt because it's apparently too left-wing, and a man who sends his peeping Tom stalker producer out to interview newsmakers who have the smarts to stay off his program, why a man like this, who is the name and face of a cable news network, would bother to do a sit-down chat with the President of the United States on national television like a news journalist or a news reporter who reads the evening news. No, Bill, there is no on position for your genius switch. Just a pot, a kettle, and hypocrisy. Bill O'Reilly, author, columnist, commentator, TV personality. Not necessarily stuff a news person wouldn't consider trying out. Poophead of the news. Holy mackerel. I don't even know if I could say fellatio on radio. Internets. We still don't sell tacos, I'm sorry. Yeah, we'll throw something, we'll surprise you with Marilyn Manson. You're awesome too. Anytime. See you later. It's funny, it's true, except when it happens to you. Here are some of the recent everyday life stories coming from OutForMyLife.com. Your weekly dose of Out For My Life. Today I cut my finger deep on an envelope at work and started bleeding profusely. When I asked my coworker for a Band-Aid, she told me to get back to work and stop making up excuses to try and hit on her. Today my sister lost a leg. Immediately after hearing the news, my boyfriend started cracking jokes about getting her a job at IHOP. Da-dum. Today I got home from school, and as usual, I opened up my laptop. A sticky note on my desktop said, "Get outside, you fat, lazy failure." I'd left it for myself. Still didn't work, though. And finally, today I was on the bus heading home from school when I noticed a ridiculously hot girl near me, checking me out. I was about to say something charmingly funny when I suddenly got a whiff of onions. Turns out she had just turned around simply to catch the essence of her own fart. F. My life. And don't light a match. Not as evil as him. That's Ready Whip compared to Paint Smudge. These are the new newsroom digs. That's a box. That's a printer that was in there. Looks like a DVD player. Actually, it's not. It's a CD player. Huge CD player from like the 1980s. That's a huge desk. All the... That looks like an old calculator. That microphone right there, we're going to be recording newscasts in here. And, of course, speakers and black paneled wall. And more black paneled wall and stuff that did not get painted for obvious reasons, because I think that's going to go up, but plug it in, gray wall, lights, speakers, air ventilation, hole, rat digs through, yeah. Kitchen, cabinets, microwave, sink, all our mailboxes. Matt Hughes, former Lincoln College graduate in the UFC. All our phone numbers, like you need that. Schedule for the semester, that's actually got a couple new people on there. Telephone that no one uses. Hand sanitizer. Cover your mouth when you cough. That's a production studio. All the CDs with background music that we use for on the air, storage rooms, bathroom, right there. The front door, which shows off Family Video and Little Caesars. Thornton's where I went to. 89ettes. Little lobby, doesn't have much. All these blinds, all past pictures of student management, success, calendar. That's another manager's office. That's Mr. Malone's door. I always walk into these Saturday night shows tired or feeling sick. Every time I got bribed for doing this show, Springer said she'd get me pizza. Free pizza! Every other week, meaning she probably paid for it. Yeah. I remembered it. She didn't. Quite frankly, I don't care. I'm just going through the notions every Saturday night. No, 3 people had a show. 3 people filled in on Saturday nights. Yeah, 3 people on that show. No one else shows up here. They're all afraid. That's right, I'm talking to you. Nerds. with the curly hair and all the bald black men. Talking to all of you. Hate me. How dare you. I've got this stupid bucket list. This is overreacting. Because no one else is in here. I can scream as loud as I want. Ah! If Heather was in here, I'd be stabbed. Or, yeah, or tripping down the freeway. Or both. I get stabbed and then walk out the door. Trail of blood flying all over the place. Why am I talking about here when I'm vegging on the air? I don't care. I don't care. I'm not drunk either. This is me on a bad day. Nothing happened besides the links playing. So you're stuck with me rambling for several minutes at a time. Black hole sun, why don't you come? Black hole sun, anybody got the lighter? 89X is on even when our DJs are not. WLNXradio.com is the place to stream us live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week by clicking Listen Live. Plus, check out the 89X Top 10 for a list of our favorite songs, and look at the schedules to see when your favorite DJs are in the studio or when the links are playing. Also go to Facebook and like us by searching 88.9 FM WLNX Radio. Hey Mom, we should have bought some of the Orville Redenbacher cocker porn. And as for me, this is it. For Not Late Night Saturday, we will return next weekend. I'll be back on Friday, 3 to 6, at the start of your weekend. All the fun stuff we do there. Poop out of the week, F my life. You folks enjoy yourselves this weekend. Stay safe tonight. Keep listening to 89X. Coming up right now, Kings and Queens by 30 Seconds to Mars. Until Friday, 3 to 6 p.m., this is Skeeter saying Happy Valentine's Day and good night, Lincoln. I love that music. It's like sitting back letting it play. Good night, hallway. Good night, room. See you and go back Monday. Wish someone could have left me like something to drink. Good night. See you next week. I'm an idiot for slamming the door.